Let's go straight to the extensions directory on extensions.joomla.org and have a look at some of the examples to learn about the evaluation process. Here we have an example of the popular extensions in the calendar and events category. Since we're demonstrating a website, this view may look different for you depending on when you view it, but the concepts should remain the same. When evaluating whether or not we want to try an extension, here are some very good ways to determine if it's worth using. First, highly rated and reviewed. The extensions directory allows people to rate extensions. For our extensions, we want to see a lot of votes that amount to a high rating. For example, the extensions here have many votes and are highly rated. They also show many reviews from users. If we skip ahead a few pages, we can find some less popular extensions that are not so highly reviewed. Having a small number of reviews and a poor score suggests that the promised functionality is not consistent with actual performance. It may also mean that the support is poor or the extension simply does not work correctly. It is rarely the case that a good plugin that solves a common problem will be rated low and has few votes and reviews, so take this into account. The best ones tend to rise to the top in this regard. Second, license and commercial versus free extensions. Joomla is a relatively rare case in the open source world where people commonly charge for extensions to a free product. The culture of charging for extensions is widespread, and the most common method is to charge you for some sort of subscription. That subscription will usually include some access to support, downloads, and updates for a certain period of time. This subscription or club model is very common in the Joomla world and applies to both extensions and many templates as well. The license is based on the legal definition of what you can and cannot do with the source code of an extension. The GPL or GNU Public License is the only one currently accepted in the directory. This is a common open source license that allows free distribution and modification of the source code of the plugin. This is unfortunately not always followed, and some paid developers do not adhere to it in all cases. While we offer no legal advice in this course, it may be technically legal to distribute modified copies of the GPL-based extensions for free. Visit gnu.org for more information on the license. Many of the best plugins come with some sort of forced subscription model to download the official distribution. You should not be against paying for plugins if they truly do what you need them to do, and you have the budget to support them. The subscriptions go to pay for the developers for the often extensive development and support costs that come with building great software. You can see whether an extension is free or paid by checking the type field. Third, last update. An often overlooked point when evaluating extensions is the ongoing support. Extensions that are updated frequently are often run by better maintainers. Better maintainers typically mean better software. So, except in the case of very small and simple extensions, a recent last update should be considered an important factor. Fourth, native version. Joomla 1.5 has been around for quite a while, and 1.6 is around the corner. Each major Joomla version introduces changes that make it necessary for developers to rewrite parts of their code to support the new version. Sometimes the changes are significant. Joomla 1.5 had a core plugin called Legacy that allows you to run older non-1.5 native extensions, but with some other compatibility issues as well. We want to avoid running in legacy mode unless it's absolutely necessary. You should choose extensions that are native to your version of Joomla, and that's why it is featured so prominently here. Fifth, popularity. The popular tag is applied to extensions that receive more than 150 views per day. Sometimes it's difficult to know if this is caused by the true download popularity or some developers being able to drive traffic to the page from other means. In any case, the popularity tag is based on only views, not really usage. In fact, just being popular keeps the extension popular by increasing views. It is better to look at the ratings, votes, and reviews to truly evaluate the quality of the extension. Sixth, editor's pick. The maintainers of the Joomla extensions directory will sometimes choose plugins to feature using the editor's pick tag. While these are often good recommendations, keep in mind that they are the opinions of a small number of people who are very close to the Joomla project itself. It is worth certainly considering this when choosing extensions, but we tend to weigh it lower than actual user reviews and ratings. So these are most of the key metrics you'll see in the Joomla extensions directory. They should typically be enough to evaluate whether or not you would like to try an extension for your site. Our recommendation is to choose as many as 4 or 5 of the best extensions based on these metrics, and to test them on a Joomla test instance for your site to ensure that they work as expected. We definitely do not recommend running them on your live site, because even the best extensions can have bugs that may affect the performance or the functionality of your entire site. We'll cover how to properly test extensions in the next video.